The Life and Times of Strider Wolf was written by Sarah Schweitzer, photographed by Jessica Rinaldi, published November 2015 in the Boston Globe, and it was the winner of the 2016 in feature photography. It tells the story of the daily struggles of the Grants, a low-income family who took in Strider Wolf and his younger brother Gallagher following severe abuse by their mother's partner, Justin Roy. In terms of context, it's really important to note that this comes 4 years following the abuse, so it shows Strider adapting to his new reality and not right after the events. By using this time difference, Schweitzer could really talk about the consequences of abuse that are suffered from all across the U.S., abuse and poverty. Rinaldi and Schweitzer embedded with the family for 5 months from 7 a.m. in the morning until the Grants went to bed, attempting to be flies in the wall for as much time as the Grants could stand them. By embedding with the family, Schweitzer and Rinaldi managed to tell a story that not only rings true, it is true, and they could describe thoughts, details, and emotions realistically. However, the creators become prone to bias by becoming extremely close to their subjects. They made a piece that is pro-Strider Wolf, pro the Grants, and portrays Justin, Roy, and the government as villains. The way this was created stylistically was having a theme of loss. I want to focus on the scene of Strider in his room having to pack his belongings because he's evicted from his home. The entire scene uses descriptive and realistic details and litany to show everything that Strider has to leave behind, and also uses a metaphor about Lego. It really shows what it's like for a child his age to go through this. Coming back to interpretive lens, I would like to share my own. I do not come from a low-income family. I never lived in the same conditions that Strider Wolf lives through, but I did work in Israel's Ministry of Housing. I've dealt with countless families like Strider's, but also know that there are limited resources to the government and so much aid that can be given, so that's why there are mechanisms for bureaucracy. This is not shown in the article because it focuses on the individual and not on the whole. Coming back to nonfiction analysis, I chose to focus on the night of the abuse. To the left is the Boston Globe description of the event, and to the right is the court case decision about Roy's 55-year sentence. By comparing both testimonies, it's clear that the storyline correlates. However, the Globe uses creative fiction, as it's apparent in the use of emotions and connotations to show empathy towards Strider and his brothers. It also normalizes Strider's behavior. But it uses children's names, while the court called them Child 1, 2, and 3, because legally they are minors. The Globe article also uses vivid descriptions to set the scenes, words like yanked, shoved, dragged, stormed, and other phrases that are very descriptive. The court case used timestamps to show how the event unfolded, so you can really see a difference between showing something emotionally versus showing something objectively. This is unequivocal evidence for the positive attitude that Schweitzer and Rinaldi had towards their subject. It's also important to highlight the emphasis that they put on the psychological toll of abuse. Strider Wolf is not alone. Out of the 7.2 million children that were reported as abused in 2015, about 24.6% of them are expected to suffer PTSD, separation anxiety, and phobias. And all of this is portrayed in scene-by-scene descriptions of the different nightmares, tantrums that Strider has. This is one example of Strider's tantrum in the woods. Just look at all the use of diction, litany, and tone. To summarize, I believe that Schweitzer and Rinaldi did an incredible job using creative nonfiction to generate this genuine sympathy and intimacy with Strider, and hopefully cause more awareness and proactivity against cases of abuse and poverty in the U.S.